And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
King on 1st and 10. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Slay, take off. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Buying time to his left. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
That's the Packers' 33-yard line. Check 13. Check 13. Like 42. Coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Check.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
On first down, King setting up the screen for Cook. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Their mobile quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Vikings have taken the lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball.
Ball, baby, that's all ball. That's all ball. Yeah.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
On play action. Now Rodgers. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Choose the mic. Check pass, check pass. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check, check. Look again. Lucky. Check 30. Smooth.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 41-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now this time Rodgers will throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Man,
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
check, ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route.
Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 97 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off around the 41.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. King. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
You better be afraid of me. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Let's go, D. Go. It's going to be a long day. Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on, over.
To throw is King. Going to throw again. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
A gain of 8 yards, and it's third down.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. He may try and run for this. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will swell the lead to 16. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check 52.
King now on first down, escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Here we go, here we go. Mike 42, Mike 42. Go. Here we go. Mike 42, Mike 42. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming.
Looking to throw. King. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or he keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows...
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen there to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down right around the 37. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. On second down, it's Coleman. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Watching that play unfold or watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
58! Watch the slant! Watch the slant!
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now King. A final shot before break. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Check 99. Check 99. Match box. Right. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check. 2 right. Check.
Here's King throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check.
King operating from the gun. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. To return is Taylor. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Silver. Alert 3.
Coleman now. And some room to roam now. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. Tevin Coleman, 67 yards. And the Packers get a score closer.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that cuts this lead down to 13. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Off play action. King. And Diggs has it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 24, check 24. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Watch safety creep, watch safety creep.
To throw is King. From the gun, he'll throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Kill. Turn it. Kill. Turn up.
From the gun, King. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
Adam Thielen, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4". It's been a long day for you. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
King now. Operating from the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know that's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really it's a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
Right there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They will run again with Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. Now this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Check, 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 check.
Operating from the gun, King. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
And maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Green 18. Hey, 626. Look again.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Right there.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. He is going to find Hill here. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah, Liz. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Jim. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Hey, watch the ball. 26 Mike. 26 Mike.
And again, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, 88.
He's cracked.
Inside.
He's checking crack.
Hey, Mike.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 52 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Seibert on for the PAT. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
1st down, Vikings.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike 42. Mike.
2nd and 1. It's complete to Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 36 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken. Now a hit and a loose football. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Ready. 60 out low.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the Vikings are in for the touchdown. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score Vikings 50, Packers 24. Rigoberto Sanchez.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. Yeah, they get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing is Rodgers. It's Hill, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, it's Coleman. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
At the 45-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, 88.
Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Here I come. Here I come. 31's the mic. Who that? Who that?
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's put that team on the bus.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now King to throw on 2nd down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. And he loses the football a second time. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. The extra point up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
Vikings 64, Packers 32. Sanchez set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. shotgun now for Rodgers. This is Coleman with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. To throw is Rodgers. To throw again. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's